BetOnline is your #1 source for all your summer sports this season, from MLB, golf, NBA, and NHL playoff stats. All the latest stats, news, and scores are available to you to follow your favorite teams. So get the latest odds and lines, including the latest team matchups, player props, and odds on just about every sport out there. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to get in the action. BetOnline, where the game starts. The next one, Yanda Yvonne, and the subject is Nash versus Khan. As bad as Nash's podcast is, he can't stop making everything about one-sided political rants. The 10 minutes he talks about wrestling are always must-hear, simply because he, much like you guys, has inside experience that fat marks like me will just simply never know. When he talks about AEW, he pulls up the glaring logic holes in their stories or angles. Right on cue, Tony Khan had to respond, "Oh, I didn't see this." My question is, do you think Tony Khan's comments kind of highlight... Okay, let's read the comments first. We'll ask.
Okay. So this is Nash's quote is the first one here on the screen. If you got the,
if you got to take a shot at the boss's wife, and then you got to show up and ask for a job, he better be able to have the take whatever he's going to dish. Everything's a work. Is he an exceptional talent for that style? Absolutely. Is there a place for him in the business for Will? Absolutely. Paul didn't mention by name, therefore there's no reason to get hurt. It shows why he's an indie-rific guy. It shows why he didn't make the move. He's not smart in the business. Jade was smart. Look at Jade. I don't know what he's talking. What's he talking about there?
Well, the interview Ospreay did on.
Go back up. Go
well,
back
it's
up.
Yeah, it's the interview.
The Ospreay thing. Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. So then Tony responded. I think Kevin Nash is a great wrestler. His opinions of wrestling, I'm not sure I agree with them. He said some takes on Will Ospreay that I definitely don't agree with. I'd be remiss if I don't bring that up. I think Will Ospreay is one of the best young wrestlers in the world. We're really fortunate to have Will Ospreay at AEW. He's been coming in and week out, working so hard, having great matches. Both pay-per-view. He's had these classic matches against Takeshita Revolution, against Bryan Danielson over a week ago at Dynasty. I think Will Ospreay is so phenomenal. I've heard criticisms from Kevin that I don't necessarily agree with about Will. Some of his opinions about current wrestling I just don't agree with. I wish him the best and all the respect in the world to him. So, all right. That's not him feeling he's really taking a shot. This is him, like, Tony having to defend his brand, so, which he's been very willing to do when anybody criticizes, it seems like. Okay, so next, my question is, do you think Tony Khan's comments kind of highlight the biggest problem with AEW? Kevin Nash is a legend and is part of the greatest angles in history during the NWO run, so good that people are still copying them to this day. Yet Tony Khan just shuts down his criticism down and thinks he knows more than Nash. Is that why AEW is the way it is? I'll tell you what. You know what's triggered all this stuff and that made it even more, I don't want to say toxic, but it's like, like AEW, they're getting a lot of criticism from a lot of the old school guys like us, and we all work in WCW and stuff, whatever. I think that the tipping point was when Meltzer went on and said that Tony Khan was smarter than Eric Bischoff. And I think that comment right there, like kind of triggered like a lot of the stuff and a lot of the negativity that we're seeing like towards AEW from the thing. Cause like, it's like, dude, like you can say that, but like, if we're looking at the evidence, it's like, come on, it's like, how could you possibly say that right now? You know what I'm saying?
He might be smarter than him as a wrestling fan. Like he knows more about wrestling and how wrestling is. Like, right. But he doesn't know more about the business, bro.
Right.
That's what I was going to say. What did he mean by smarter? Like, that's not just one thing.
I think he meant that just like Tony Khan knows more about the wrestling business than Eric Bischoff does. That was the context of what he was saying it as. And I'm like, dude, come on. Seriously? The guys from your message boards. If you really think that like you guys are smarter than the people in the business, then this is where the problem. And if you guys don't want to come on and debate the people that have been in the business and stuff and over these things, like, what are we supposed to say? And you get ripped on podcasts when you're not performing well. Just like WWE got ripped when they weren't performing well. Like they're making mistakes and stuff. And so you guys like you're making statements like, dude, the guy's smart. It's like, well, why haven't you made money yet? If you're so smart, it's like, bro, they said the funniest thing is like one of the things that, Tony said when he started is that, well, I'm not going to make the same mistakes Eric Bischoff did. It's like, well, dude, your biggest mistake right now is the major mistake that Eric Bischoff did. You're not drawing houses, and your talent is getting paid exorbitantly. They're getting paid too much. And it's like, since you have empty pockets, like deep pockets that don't care how much money you use, you're going to continue to make the mistake that Eric did, which was paying the talent too much based on the return of the investment. I mean, how could you even argue with that? Am I right or am I wrong?
Yep,
But there's multiple guys that are making $5 million, and they can't fit 3,000 people in these TV tapings. Like, that's a huge financial burden that the amount of money that they're paying the wrestlers. But Tony doesn't care. He just there is an unlimited budget, I guess. You know, I mean, I don't know. Like, they just signed 3 more people to hide the massive contracts, probably that are probably making well over $100,000 a match in a calendar year, in front of 3,000, and you're doing it in front of 3,000 people, and you're in front of a television production. You know, that's okay. So can you say you're not going to make the same mistakes, dude? That's the same mistake. And look at where you're at right now. The people, to the point that people are actually saying that it resembles WCW 2000, 2001 right now. AEW. I'm like, it's like, dude, it's like, if you're gonna make comments, they're gonna come back to haunt you, you know? And especially when you're throwing shade at a guy like Eric Bischoff, that's gonna come back to haunt you, because since Eric has been doing the carnivore diet, he's been eating people alive on Twitter. Have you noticed that's a? What do you think about that?
I like that line.
He's
I like that line.
He's like eating their heads off, and you know. Yeah. You ain't comment on that?
Good. A lot of disrespectful people. They need to get checked.
Right.
MikeDurbin.com. You can get the WCW-esque Conan in that K-Dog Wolfpack style. Man, this Conan might be Bendy of the Year right now.
I told you. Yo. Let me speak on this. Mike Durbin Productions exclusive. Conan, I was the most impressed with Conan, man. It's like undercover Bendy of the Year. It's a really nice figure. The do-rag is freaking awesome in person. I love the exclusive with the WCW packaging. I love this one with the camo. It's really nice.
And I will say a figurine expert who went to TJ on Friday, Matt Cardona, put it over as being a good figurine as far as figurines go.
Yo, hold on, let me speak on this. Exclusive Mike Durbin Productions, K-Dog. Look at that, listen to K-Dog, keeping it 100, logo on the back, MikeDurbin.com. Get it right now. Low-key might be Bendy of the Year. Go get it.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.